Joshua. Chapter 11 plunges us into the heart of battle. The northern kings, sensing a common threat, have united. Their armies are vast, their chariots numerous, their resolve steeled for war. Jabin of Hazor, the most powerful among them, rallies his allies. Joshua, guided by God, responds with swift and decisive action. He launches a preemptive strike, catching the Canaanite alliance off guard. The Israelites, empowered by divine favor, rout their enemies. The battle rages across the plains of Merom, a whirlwind of clashing steel and desperate cries. The text vividly describes the carnage. Chariots lie shattered, horses lie dead, and the ground runs red with the blood of fallen warriors. The Israelites, led by Joshua's unwavering hand, are relentless in their pursuit. City after city falls. King after king is defeated. The victory at the waters of Merom is decisive. It shatters the northern alliance, breaking the back of Canaanite resistance. It marks a turning point in the conquest, paving the way for Israelite dominance in the Promised Land. Archaeological evidence supports some of the events described in Joshua. Excavations at Hazor, for example, have revealed a large, well-fortified city that was destroyed around the time of the Israelite conquest. However, the biblical account is not a purely historical document. It is a sacred text, written from a particular theological perspective. Joshua's military success stems not only from divine favor, but also from his own strategic acumen. He consistently demonstrates an understanding of his enemy's strengths and weaknesses, exploiting them to his advantage. His preemptive strike on the Canaanite alliance at the waters of Merom is a prime example. By attacking swiftly and decisively, he prevents his enemies from fully mobilizing their forces. He understands the importance of momentum in warfare, striking while the iron is hot. Joshua also employs psychological warfare. He targets Hazor, the most powerful city in the alliance, knowing that its fall will demoralize his enemies. His strategy proves effective. The fall of Hazor sends shockwaves through the region, hastening the collapse of the Canaanite resistance. Throughout the campaign, Joshua displays a remarkable ability to adapt to changing circumstances. He is a shrewd tactician, a master of both offensive and defensive warfare. The book of Joshua raises complex moral questions about war, conquest, and the displacement of indigenous populations. The Israelites, commanded by God to take the land, engage in acts of violence that are difficult to reconcile with modern sensibilities. The text presents the conquest as a divinely ordained event, a fulfillment of God's promise to Abraham. The Canaanites are portrayed as wicked and idolatrous, deserving of their fate. However, the violence described in Joshua, while placed within a specific historical and theological context, challenges us to grapple with the ethics of warfare and the use of force. It prompts us to ask difficult questions about the relationship between faith and violence, justice and mercy. These questions remain relevant today as we continue to grapple with the complexities of conflict and conquest. The conquest of Canaan had a profound impact on the Israelites. It solidified their identity as a people chosen by God, bound to Him by covenant and law. It also shaped their understanding of their place in the world. The land, now theirs by right of conquest, became a symbol of God's faithfulness and their own destiny. It was a land where they could worship their God freely, establish their own laws, and build a society according to their beliefs. However, the conquest also had its dark side. The Israelites, in their moment of triumph, faced the temptations of power and the dangers of assimilation. The book of Judges, which follows Joshua, recounts how they struggled to remain faithful to God and often fell into idolatry and moral decline. The legacy of the conquest is therefore complex and multifaceted. It is a story of victory and tragedy, faith and doubt, obedience and rebellion. The book of Joshua, while rooted in a specific historical context, transcends time and place. It speaks to universal themes of faith, courage, leadership, and the human condition. Joshua's unwavering faith in God, even in the face of overwhelming odds, serves as an inspiration. His story reminds us that with faith, even the impossible can be achieved. The book also highlights the importance of obedience. Joshua's success is directly attributed to his willingness to follow God's commands, even when they seem difficult or dangerous. Furthermore, Joshua's leadership during the conquest offers valuable lessons. He leads with courage, wisdom, and decisiveness, inspiring his people to achieve greatness. The book of Joshua, particularly chapter 11, presents a complex and multifaceted narrative. It's a story of conquest, but also of faith, leadership, and the human condition. While it celebrates the Israelites' victory, it doesn't shy away from the moral complexities of war and conquest. It leaves us with more questions than answers, prompting us to reflect on the nature of faith, the ethics of violence, and the enduring human struggle for identity and belonging. The story of Joshua, like an unfinished symphony, continues to resonate through the ages, inviting us to grapple with its themes and find meaning in its timeless message. Are you ready for the next chapter? Just click here to go straight to it.